Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Now, I have a series of videos that I've been wanting to do for 2K25, and it's not to bash and attack the developers, so don't take this the wrong way. These are constructive criticism of things that need fixed in basically each mode. And for today's video, we're going to focus on the creation modes, because that's the modes that I spend the most time in. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours just creating my original wrestlers. Here are the things that I think they should be able to fix going forward into the franchise. Now, I don't think all of these are out there crazy things. I feel like over time, they should be able to fix these. And it would be great if they were fixed in 2K25. We can always hope. All right, so to start off, we're going to start with create a wrestler. So the fact that there's still no body morphing, I know I bring this up every year and I've made tons of videos on this. We really need body morphing back. Now, if they don't want to give us the full freedom, like let's say Street Fighter 6, where it goes full crazy, where you can be 8 feet tall and toothpick arms and legs to just make us total freaks, they could put limiters on it if they want, but at least have something, some sort of body morphing, because picking from a pre-selected body type just sucks, because you can never find the perfect body type, whether you're male or female. There's either the arms are too small, chest is too big, vice versa, whatever. On any body type, I would love to have body morphing back to make, you know, any adjustment I can possibly make to make all my wrestlers the way I really want them to look. Number 2. Why can't we move the face paint or scale it like any other image? Like all the face paints and makeup, I understand the makeup, but the face paints, like my wrestlers mostly have face paint because I suck at making faces. A little disclaimer there. That's why most of my wrestlers that I make have face paint on. Why can't we take the in-game face paints and adjust them and move them around on the faces? It makes no sense to me. Like, you can move pretty much all the other images in the game, but you can't move the face paint. And you can't say it's because they fade away over matches, because the images do that too if you put them on the face and stuff. So I don't understand why we can't move the face paint. All right, number 3. Images go transparent when stretched. Now, I talked about this in a video last year, where when you take an image and you try to stretch it over the body, let's say you're trying to make a pattern for a t-shirt or something, and you're trying to stretch it over the whole thing. Once it reaches like a certain zone, like you can put multiples of it on there, but it takes way more time. You should just be able to take it and stretch it out, or have an option in the menu where you set it to pattern and it just makes it a pattern on your clothing or whatever mask or your glove or whatever the heck you're trying to put the pattern on. Just having that feature would be really, really cool. The fact that when you try to stretch out an image and it just goes transparent on the ends, it starts disappearing, super annoying. So I'm shocked they haven't fixed that yet. I hope they fix it in 2K25. Number 4, the hair just looks like plastic. Now, this is mostly for the old hairstyles. There's a crap ton of hairstyles in the game, and most of the new ones are looking pretty decent. But a lot of the old ones have been neglected, and they look, well, they look old, and they kind of look like they're out of place. You know, they look like they belong in an older game. I think that, unfortunately, this year, I have a feeling they're going to take out a lot of those old hairstyles and remake them and bring them back over time in new games. I can guarantee you there's going to be they're going to be taking stuff out starting this year. It'll probably be in the PS4 version and the original Xbox version, but I'm guessing for the next gen versions, they're probably going to take those out because, well, they look old and plastic and terrible. But I have hopes for the new hairstyles, because if you look at Liv Morgan in her picture, her hair and Bailey, their hair looks so much better. It's actually starting to look like hair instead of a plastic wig that's just attached to their head. So that's cool. Number 5. Okay, so we got next-gen consoles. We need next-gen features, or should I say current-gen features. Why are we only allowed 100 character slots still when we have these huge SSDs and terabytes of space on on our consoles, I don't understand why we can't have more than 100 characters. I mean, they should be able to up it to at least 120 or 150. Heck, 200 would be freaking awesome. I don't think anybody's going to download more than 200 wrestlers, to be honest. I mean, personally, I make about 40 original wrestlers. I didn't in 2K24 because I don't know, I just fell off this year. But usually I make about 40 wrestlers and I download the rest. So the next thing kind of piggybacks off this is there's not enough storage space for images either. So part of the reason why I think they only allow 100 character slots is because you're going to fill up your image storage limit faster than you do your characters. If you download maybe 50, it depends on who you're downloading. Like if they have a bunch of custom images all over their entire body, that's going to fill up your image limit pretty quick. So yeah, 5 and 6 kind of go together, the 100 character slots and not enough storage for images. That's another thing. It's like, why can't we have more space allocated for images? I don't understand. I don't understand the limitation when we have such powerful hardware. Now on last gen I can understand because limited hardware specs, but like I said, we're in the PS5, we're in the thick of the Xbox Series X, Y, heck, we even have a PS5 Pro. And the 5080 and the 5090 graphics cards are about to come out, so come on, let's up those a bit. Make it worth our while to, having upgraded to new consoles. All right, number 7. Now this, I complained about this in an older video too, is when you use in-game wrestlers' clothing and their logos plastered all over it or there's words all over it, why is there no option to remove the logos? That way you can take that part, that creation part, and truly make it your own. Like the fact that a lot of them have stuff all over it, it kind of makes them, to me, not usable unless you're trying to be a fan of the character. Now you can take like other images and try to put it over it, but if it's an etched image or like a engraved image, then it doesn't really cover it very well. So an option to remove the logos from clothing, created clothing, would be awesome for our created wrestlers. Number 8, in-game face morphing needs tweaking. Now they've had this system for I don't know how long. I want to say 2K15. I don't really like the face morphing features. We need to go back to the old school way where it's just a bunch of lines and you move the lines back and forth and it goes to each section. So eye socket, eyebrow, face, mouth, nose, nostril, ears, forehead. The way they have it set up now is really weird. That weird where it's just like the outline of the face and you have to try to go and adjust it that way. Go back to the old school way. It was a much simpler way, and to me it's much easier. Now most people will say, well, just use the face app and put your face on there. Well, yeah, you could do that too, but just having the base feature in there to begin with goes a long way in my opinion. So better face morphing. Now, this is a thing that's been one of the reasons why I quit the franchise way back when 2K15 started, is there's just not enough creation parts in certain categories. Like for, I think it's head accessories, the horns. Those horns have been the exact same. In fact, we lost a bunch, probably because of copyright issues. We used to have the Kinnikuman, what do you call it? The mohawk part. It looks like, the Trojan headpiece part that goes on his mask. We used to have that. I think we even used to have the Kinnikuman mask, but obviously copyright issues, I'm guessing. But we used to have a lot more of those parts in that category that aren't there anymore, and they haven't added anything for years, and you can't adjust or move them around at all. They're in fixed positions. So we need, it's not just that part, it's other parts too, but there's some categories that are in the game for creation parts that are severely lacking, and we could use some more parts in. Now I know there's limited space, and every time they come out with a new game, they remove some stuff. Like in 2K23, there's these awesome, what do you call it, pants that I could use, or trunks, and they weren't in 2K24. I looked at everywhere for them, so I'm guessing the wrestler that had them left the company. I don't even know who they belong to, but I was super bummed out because I'm like, they look so awesome and they fit my character perfectly with the orange and blue that I use. So I was really bummed out. I searched for hours and hours and hours and couldn't find it. So I hate when they remove parts because sometimes it's like, of course it's the one part I use for my character, you know. All right, so that about wraps it up for Creator Wrestlers. So anyway, these are some things I would like to see either changed or added to the Creation Suite. And as always, stay frosty.